Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're playing around with my altered book series or project and using natural or nature pieces in my journal book. So this is a picture of Jacques Cousteau, who was very famous for his explorations underwater and photography underwater. So I wanted to replicate that in some way. When I get rid of the clump of bits and pieces I've cut out underneath, you will see that in this journal or portrait book, it's usually quite large portraits of someone that I alter quite regularly. But in this case, it's quite a small, intimate photo of someone. So I wanted to do the collage around it. So I raided my extensive collection of old National Geographics and just tore out all the interesting bits and pieces to do with the ocean. So lots of sharks, lots of large fish, photography of the ocean, close-ups of coral and so on. And I've just used those to basically frame my image of Jacques Cousteau. My original thought when I was doing this was just to keep the image on the inside black and white and then to add the colour around the outside. That didn't end up happening, but you know, it was fun. I had a thought. That's what my thought was originally. I did want to include this picture of someone taking a photo of the coral and so on, because I thought it was a good tie back to what he did and his exploration of underneath the water. And then, although I again had a plan that it would be quite a rectangular photo, I suppose, on the page, I ended up having all these little bits sort of encroaching in it. So the sort of the fish coming in, almost like, I suppose, the ocean's looking at him rather than him looking at the ocean. And that's what I really love about collage, because you can tell these sorts of stories with it. So I didn't take you through the collecting of the nature photo that I had on the page, because that was a lot of just tearing bits out of magazines and cutting it out. When I cut out bits and pieces like this, I do tend to trim them out quite close to the image, but you'll also see me recycling stuff. So this green seaweed that you see down the bottom has been taken off that other piece up near the shark. So quite often, if I've got bits and pieces floating around, I will reuse them. Again, with pieces like this, I will, if there's gaps to be filled, I will use pieces. It's a very unorthodox way of measuring something, but you can sort of see me folding and trying to find, with sort of the ridges in the collage itself, to jigsaw it into the right piece. So quite often you can be a little bit clever with how you do it. I did start off with that darker blue, but I then ended up trying another piece and then I didn't like it, so I've gone back in with the dark blue again. It was just a little bit too similar to the collage that I had there. So you can be quite particular, and you can see with that I've sort of gone back to that square frame again. So, you know, live and learn. So I'm going in with a white pen to give it a little bit of a border. So I've got that really stark black and white versus all the colours of underneath the sea. You'll find quite often with collage like this, it's always going to have a bit of a shine to it. So if you want to get rid of that, you can always paint over the entire piece with matte gel medium at the end. Because it's mostly matte and it's just my light above it that's reflecting on this, it didn't bother me all that much, so I didn't mind it. So I've gone in and done a border with my paint pens, but because I had my paint pens out, I decided why not add some extra a little bit of extra colour to it. And because I had the orange coming off those fish, I decided I'd sort of create that visual triangle and add more orange onto the page. So I've sort of, because I really love dot patterns, I've added the dots over the top of those green sea sponges, I suppose that's what they are, and sort of adds that orange over it. One of the reasons I love using paint pens is because you can match most colours pretty easily without having to mix them. So then, because I had the orange, I decided I'd make a bit of a focus on him and get rid of that black and white. So his vest has suddenly become orange, make him into one of those fish, I suppose. I'm using a lighter orangey, yellowy colour to give a bit of a border to his page, and then I just got completely carried away. So now he's got turquoise trousers and a turquoise tie, just to finish it all off, because you know you need a pop of colour. Nothing can be all black and white. So once I've done that, then I'm adding in some details with my black pen. So giving some ribbing on the edges of his shirt, of his vest, highlighting his shirt, going in and finishing off his trousers. I didn't end up drawing around his face like I usually would, because I just thought that would be a little bit too much. But I did end up putting some fish onto his, stamped fish onto his vest, and then I added some stamped fish into the background as well. So again, you're sort of creating those patterns. The quote itself is one that someone in my Instagram or a Facebook group offered me, that is actually from Jack Cousteau. So I thought that was a really nice way to finish off the page, because most of the other pages in my altered book have quotes on it. So this one wasn't snarky, but actually one from the subject itself. So that's how that page came together. So I hope you like it. Until next time, bye for now.